We are now live on YouTube.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes here.
We are now live on YouTube. Hey, look at that.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes here.
We are now live on YouTube. Hey, look at that.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes here.
Maybe we'll be live for real again in March.
I know we didn't go live very long.
Okay, 7 o'clock, I will call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the December 9th, 2021 minutes. Give everyone a moment to review those if necessary. Are there any additions, corrections, or modifications to the minutes from December 9th?
No, I would move for approval of the minutes.
There's been a
Second.
motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Mr. Beaver made the motion. Mr. McNulty seconded. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, moving on. The minutes have been approved. Moving on to item number 3, new business. Item A, introduction to the 2021 City of Westminster Planning Annual Reporting Information. Mr. Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a real brief overview of the 500-page document. So for today, the commission will review the reporting information that as presented. This reporting information will be sent and has been sent to Carroll County Planning. They will coordinate, collect, and draft the planning annual report that's required per state law. At your next meeting, there will be a review of the draft Carroll County Planning Annual Report. That's where the actual report for the entire county will come back to you, and you will review to make sure all the Westminster information is copacetic. And then following that meeting, at the next meeting, the commission will vote to endorse the planning annual report. And Mr. Chair, as you know from doing this several times, if the commission approves the Westminster information that will be sent, or sorry, if the commission approves that information, that you would sign the letter, the endorsement letter, and that would be placed in the Carroll County Planning Annual Report along with the other 7 municipalities and county approval. And that is all I have. If anybody has any questions for me about any of the reporting information that was sent to Carroll County Planning, please let me know. But subsequent to the next meeting, I will also, or sorry, after the next meeting, I will also review to make sure all the information from the county is correct before it's presented to you as a final document for you to endorse.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Item B, proposed site plan for Valvoline instant oil change. Ms. Gerhart.
Thank you so much. I hope that you can see my screen okay. Everybody see it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So the applicant's request is for us to approve or conditionally approve to develop a 1,208 square foot Valvoline instant oil change. The property is located at 334 Gorsuch Road, which is currently, or was the old Westminster veterinarian office. It is zoned business, and just to give you some context in case you aren't familiar, here's 140, here is Gorsuch Road, and it goes all the way back here. Right here is I think this is the Olive Garden, and then McDonald's across the street. So, and Boston Inn is right over here, just to give you some context as you're going down. Here is our site plan, and all of this was just a reminder is in your packet that we provided you. I provided you the entire, I think it was a 38-page document, but just in case you had any questions. So you would enter the site just like this, and it would go and you turn in, you come around here. This is going to be your queuing lane. There are 3 bays here. If somebody needs to come out of the line, they can go around this way and exit. There's going to be about 1 at a time that's coming out of this at one period of time. So not all 3 cars are going out at the same time. Also, Valvoline's model, and we do have representatives here from Valvoline, but just to let you know, in case you're not familiar, Valvoline's model is that you don't get out of the car. You stay in your car for the entire service, and then you head out. So there is no seating area like you would get at a Jiffy Lube or something like that. This process, also this plan went to the idea of Valvoline went to the Board of Zoning Appeals. It did receive approval for a special exception for it to be a service station. Here is what the final landscaping plan is going to look like. This does take into account some of the modifications that the zoning administrator did accept. All of those are in your in the staff report if you wanted to see, more specifically. Let's see. So proposed elevations. I'm sorry if let's see. I don't know why this looks different on my screen then. Oh, probably because I'm sorry, you guys were all in the way of my thing. So here is, like I said, the 3 individual bays. We do know that in the site plan that was attached to your staff report, or yeah, the site plan did show 4 bays. We'll make sure that that is corrected with the final submittal, but it is only the 3 bays that are being discussed. One of the things that we went and worked with the applicant very closely with, as well as SHA, is the addition of a sidewalk that's going to be in this location. There is a concrete kind of swale that's here, and it's all on SHA property over here. So it is on their property, this sidewalk. Reason for that being is that we're trying to do it as developments redevelop or sites redevelop, that they're going to be including sidewalks, that it makes it easier for a transition to for folks to walk along 140, because people do walk along 140, and trying to give them a safer place to do so. We did, so since your staff report was sent out, there was an additional issue that had come up to staff's attention. And this is in regards to the water line, the location and an extension. So right here, and I apologize, I know that it's kind of crazy to see, but right here is, it shows on the plan, it says to remain an existing 6-inch water line. In addition to that, this is where the line for Valvoline shows on the plans that it would come into the property. The applicant had a company come out to do a survey to say where all the utilities were, and this is where this information came from. But the city does not have any record of this line being there. So the line is actually there's 2 lines in the vicinity. One is up Gorsuch, a little past the cow. There is a fire hydrant. It's basically a very new project that the city has completed up there. It's about 700 feet away in that way. Or Fair Avenue, when you go out of where Martin's Westminster is, there's a private line that goes that way and serves the back of the house, the back house, and also did serve the veterinarian's office previously. The applicant is aware of this. They do know that this is something that's going on. And so we don't see that this is any kind of stumbling block. This is something that's common in development. Sometimes the utility is not at the point in which it's ready to be connected, but before any building permits or anything that goes forward with the project, they would need to either one of 2 things, either confirm that this line actually exists or make the connection to the other, one of those 2 areas, most likely being on Gorsuch because that is a public line. But we didn't feel, like I said, that this is should deter the plan in any way. But we wanted to let you know that we did spend some time yesterday and today speaking with the applicant and the engineer. If you have any questions about that, both are on the call and could answer, if you have any concerns. So staff is recommending that the commission consider a conditional approval based on the following things. One is that all outstanding city and county comments are addressed, and we do that with just about every plan. But we also wanted to bring up the fact of the water line, and that prior to any building permit approval, that the location of the line either, like I said, be finalized, and also that arrangements be made if necessary in coordination with the city of Westminster and Carroll County government for an extension of the line if it is needed. And that is all that I have. If you have any questions, like I said, I'm here to help answer, or I do know that there are other representatives from Valvoline here as well.
Ms. Gerhardt?
Yes.
I have one question. Could you go back to the site plan drawing?
Sure. I'm trying not to go so fast. I don't want to make anyone dizzy. Okay.
No problem. And so with where the dumpster location is, I just want to make sure that the trash truck that'll have to come in to pick up the trash, is there plenty, of room for them to navigate that site without too much problem as far as because it is a tight site.
Yes, you're right.
And I just want to make sure that was something that you all during the process reviewed and looked at as far as, the trash truck being able to come in, collect from the dumpster and then get back out of that site in a relatively easy fashion.
Yes, and we did take a look at that as far as the traffic, the truck traffic and movement and car movement altogether. One of the things that was done, can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Is for the entrance here at Gorsuch. It was expanded a little bit for the apron to make it so that it's easier to make those turns. And this also made it so that it is an easier way to come in and out of the property versus what it is currently. So it's a more defined access point. And we did show that, we did see that they do have the ability to come around here the same way that a car would be if they got out of the queuing lane. They can maneuver around the property.
And it's wide enough and all that. Okay, that was my only question. I just wanted to verify that was something that you all had looked at and made sure technically was going to work. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for staff?
No.
Is there anyone from the applicant that would like to say anything?
I'm Randy Kazazian. I'm with Mid-Atlantic Loops. It's made the application. I don't have anything more to offer from what Andrea is, other than, we're excited to hopefully be able to build a facility and serve the folks in Westminster.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone on the commission for the applicant?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the site plan pursuant to the staff's recommendations?
Chair, I'll make a motion. I will make a motion that the planning commission conditionally approves the proposed site plan development S20-0009 for the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Service Station with the following conditions. Address all outstanding city comments prior to submission of signature set Mylars, and prior to building permit approval, the location of the line, the water line will be finalized and arrangements will be made if an extension is necessary in coordination with the city of Westminster and Carroll County government.
Mr. Councilman Hoff has made a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Beaver and Ms. McNulty have seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item C, our favorite time of the night, the Carroll County Liaison Report. Ms. Weber.
Good evening, everybody. Just some quick updates. The residential text was enacted after its adoption this past Monday. So that is now the official residential code for Carroll County. We just wrapped up the fall water and sewer amendment, and it's now time to start the spring water and sewer amendment, and applications will be taken through the month of February. And then, just as Andrew mentioned earlier, we are working on the annual report, and we are looking for all of the municipalities certifications in March, which looks like it lines up with the timeline that was presented earlier. So if there's any questions?
Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Weber.
Thank you.
Any old business? Informational item? Any comments from anyone on the commission? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Ms. McNulty has made a motion to adjourn, and I will approve the motion with the powers vested in me. So there you go. Great job, staff, Ms. Gerhard and Andrew. Great job on the report there, Andrea. That was awesome and easy, and imagine you had an easy applicant to work with, it sounds like. So there you go. That was a great job. Nice job, guys. Thank you.
All right,
Take
thank you.
care, everyone.
Have a
Thank you,
good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Good night.
Aye.